Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, A Meaningful Travel Spotlight in Mato Grosso del Sul. I'm Katie Hagedorn, the Events Director of Tourism Cares, and I'm happy to be here to represent the Tourism Cares team. So today we are going to hear from Mato Grosso del Sul Tourism Board, as well as a few of their meaningful impact partners, but please note that we will have time towards the end of the webinar for questions. So feel free to pop in any questions into the chat as we hear from our speakers, and we will do our best to answer as many questions as possible. But before we hear from our speakers and Mato Grosso del Sul, I'm going to kick us off today by giving you some background on Tourism Cares, who we are, what we do, and a little more about the Meaningful Travel Map. So let's begin. Tourism Cares, we are a nonprofit that supports travel and tourism companies, both large and small, providing resources, education, and programming to empower them in advancing their sustainability journeys. We connect the industry together, inspiring our members to employ, empower change makers and the communities. We achieve our mission through a variety of programs and initiatives, and this includes, but is absolutely not limited to, our Meaningful Travel Summits and FAMs that unite the industry in person at destinations worldwide and showcase local organizations that are making a positive impact in destinations. And also we highlight destination best practices. We offer professional development and sustainability education through webinars, much like today's. And we also have our Meaningful Travel platform. The online platform features a wealth of resources and education modules on various sustainability topics, such as marketing your sustainability journey, introduction to disability inclusion and accessibility in hospitality, and nature positive tourism, and more. We also promote industry-wide sustainability through educational sessions and our dedicated sustainability help desk. And the help desk actually offers one-on-one consultations with a Tourism Cares team member, providing personalized support and guidance. There's also the Meaningful Travel Map, a big feature in today's webinar, and something that we really are going to get a little bit more in depth to as we go into this session. But you are going to see very shortly that the map is a tool that connects the industry with local organizations. We also have our guide to Meaningful Travel product, which offers guidelines and best practices for working with local communities and incorporating their experiences into your product offerings. As noted, these are just a handful of things that we support our mission, and we really encourage you to visit our website or connect with a tourism staff member to learn more. But before we go much further into this discussion, I think it's really important for us to talk about how we talk about sustainable travel. And you'll notice that we typically call it meaningful travel, a term that we use quite often: Meaningful Travel Map, Meaningful Travel Summits, Meaningful Travel Platform, and so on. But for us, meaningful travel is really about bringing direct benefits to host communities that are encouraging the protection of environments and communities, and really connecting guests with destination in a deeper and more responsible way. And this includes working with nonprofit organizations, social enterprises, B Corps, and other impact-driven organizations. But really, it's not about balancing the needs of all the stakeholders, such as the traveler, the industry, the community, and the environment. It's really about putting the focus on the communities and the environments themselves. So we are just working with the industry to make meaningful travel a core part of every experience, so ensuring no matter how we are working with a destination or what destination we are working with, we're actually generating positive outcomes through our business. So this all brings us back to the Meaningful Travel Map. The Tourism Cares Meaningful Travel Map is a business-to-business tool that is designed to connect the travel trade and travelers to help them easily find organizations, much like the ones we've been talking about, that are creating positive impacts in their communities. It's an interactive global map, and it offers a competitive edge to meet the growing demand for sustainable travel and provides direct benefits to local communities. Currently on our map, we have about 275 organizations worldwide, and these organizations are called impact partners, a term I've just been using quite a bit. And they all have met a set of criteria that truly make sure that they are making an impact in their community. So they're already vetted for you. And these partners can be seamlessly integrated into travel products and help really create engaging experiences for guests. And the number of impact partners really continues to grow, so that almost every time you visit the map, you're very likely to see a new organization. So one of the best ways to explain the map is by actually showing it to you. So here you will see how a user can engage with the map, and more specifically, how you can find meaningful experiences in Mato Grosso do Sul. So impact partners can be found by using the search bar. You can go, or you can actually go and zoom into a geographic area of interest that you're looking at. And once zoomed in, the user is actually going to see the points of interest, and they have different icons that actually indicate what they are. If it's a shop, a community tourism experience, an indigenous experience, and the user just clicks on the profile, and really all they need to do is click on the profile, and they'll see a list of information that will help them decide if this is the right fit for them. It includes a bit of background information on the organization, and sort of what the experience is about. But probably most importantly, what you'll find in this profile is how this partner is specifically making an impact in their community. And each profile also highlights useful information such as the group size, group capacity, seasonality, accessibility, again, so that you can decide if this is the right fit for you. So the map was actually created with a few goals in mind. That was meant to expand the economic impact of tourism to diverse and smaller communities that we've been talking about, and highlight destination sustainability efforts for travel, trade, and local partners, and really to build a global network of like-minded business organizations that are dedicated to making their home a wonderful place to live, therefore a great place to visit. And all this is really just to say that the map is here to help take the guesswork and endless research out of building sustainable travel experiences, because it's all here in one place for you. So shortly, we are going to hear directly from some impact partners that are currently on the map, but because we only have a short amount of time together, we only have the opportunity to hear from a handful of them. So I'm just going to take a moment to go over a few other experiences that you might find, that you will find on the meaningful map of Mato Grosso do Sul. So here you can see we have pulse-centric birds watching, which offers tours and really reveals the region's rich biodiversity. They're big in environmental stewardship, and really focus on conservation and the importance of practicing good habits, supporting local economy, and raising awareness and encouraging visitors to really dive deeper into the appreciation for the interconnectedness between nature, culture, and history. Here we also have Gruta de Mimoso, which is an ecotourism experience that includes diving, floating, guided cave tours, and really connects visitors to the natural wonders of caves and trails. They're dedicated to environmental conservation. They promote sustainable tourism, responsible resource management, conservation efforts, and environmental education. And very importantly, they actually prioritize inclusion and accessibility, so they're actually ensuring that their facilities and experiences are welcoming to all visitors. So thank you all so much for your time today. I really appreciate you taking a moment to learn a little bit more about Tourism Cares. But now it's time for me to stop talking and for Mato Grosso do Sul to take center stage. So it is my pleasure to welcome Bruno Wensling. He is a distinguished leader in the destination management and innovation in Brazil. And with over 20 years of experience, Bruno currently serves as the president and director of Mato Grosso do Sul Tourism Board, and he oversees public policies, tourism development, and strategies. So thank you so much for joining us today, Bruno. The floor is yours.
Thanks so much. It's a pleasure to talk with all of you. Of course, I would like to talk live, looking each of you, but okay, online is good also. Thank you for all the people, all the team from Tourism Cares. It means a lot to Mato Grosso do Sul be a partner with this important organization. And of course, to show a little bit about our amazing destination. And I want to start to talk about a little bit where we are, a little bit about our destination, of course, what we are doing here, especially in the conservation process, and work a lot to deliver a best experience, more immersive for all the tours and all the companies to visit Mato Grosso do Sul. Next slide, please. I'm showing you a little bit about where we are. So this is Mato Grosso do Sul. It's a state, same size Germany. So it's a big state located in the center-west in Brazil. We border Paraguay and Bolivia. We are in the heart of the South America. It means we have a lot of many influences by Latin America, especially the food, the music, the way of life. Not only the Latin America, but different kind of parts of the Brazil and other countries also, especially Japan, Okinawa, and the Middle East also in Africa. And this is a state to have two main regions, as you can see in the left of the slide. Pantanal and also Bonito is the main destinations, and I'm talking a little bit more about these destinations. And the Campo Grande is the capital. We are the middle of the Mato Grosso do Sul. It's very easy to reach Mato Grosso do Sul, have connecting flights from São Paulo. São Paulo is the main city in Brazil, and São Paulo, two others, the main cities around the world, especially in the United States, to Atlanta, Miami, New York. You have, I don't know, 6 or 7 cities connected direct flights to São Paulo. And after that, São Paulo to Campo Grande, like 1 hour and a half. So it's very easy to reach Mato Grosso do Sul. Next slide, please. Okay, this is our main region, these two regions, the region Pantanal and the region Bonito, Serra da Bodoquena. And we work all these destinations together, or the Pantanal to Bonito route. So the traveler, when he came here, he can do the both destination in the same trip. It's very easy to reach both destination, like 150, 200 kilometers, Bonito to Pantanal, especially Aquidauana and Miranda, these two cities, when are located our local farms, when it's possible to do the safaris and to know a little bit more of our culture, the Pantaneiros culture, and also the north of the state, where is Corumbá. Corumbá is the main city, the Pantanal, where is it possible to do all the activities, ecotourism activities, sport fishing, and the ecotourism cruises is amazing. After my speech, Rafael from Corumbá will be talk a little bit more about the bird watching and other amazing activities they can do in Pantanal de Corumbá. Next slide, please. Okay, now a little bit about our responsibility, especially after we are signing the Glasgow Declaration. We are the first public institution to sign this Glasgow Declaration in Brazil. It means we have a great opportunity and also a huge responsibility with our environmental. It's important to say Mato Grosso do Sul started this process, this conservation process, like 30 years ago, especially Pantanal and Bonito. Bonito is a destination they started working right, control the support capacity, create a vouchers control system, which means that we know how many people per day could do the activities. And after 30 years, we are the main ecotourism destination in Brazil, in one of the references on the planet, because this support control capacity and also the amazing attractions and experience. And Pantanal is the same. Pantanal is the largest wetland area on the planet, and more than 85% of the total area in Pantanal are conserved, especially because these people, then you can see in the screen, the Pantaneiro people that live in more than 200 years inside the Pantanal, they are responsible for this conservation. So after we sign the Glasgow Declaration, we are now responsible for doing something like this: measure carbon emissions, help you to decarbonize, regenerate it, collaborate, and of course, finance and also. So each of these main points, we have a lot of actions doing right now in Mato Grosso do Sul. It's not only a plan, or we can do this. We are doing right now, especially started to measure their carbon emissions, and I will show you a little bit more about this. Next slide, please. Okay, Bonito, as I said, is a responsible destination. In 2022, Bonito becomes the first ecotourism destination on planet certified carbon neutral. And this certification is recognized by UN for the climate change. It means a key changer, especially in Brazil. So we started to a certification, and after that, we are leading by example. It means that our local businessmen, our entrepreneurs, looking to us, public sector, doing something like that. They think, well, I need to do this. So after that, we have a company, a group, and after Rafael, I think Luisa will talk. She's responsible for the Rio da Prata group. It's an amazing group. They work on main attractions, ecotourism attractions in Bonito. They are become also the first attraction in Brazil, climate positive. It means that they work an amazing job there. So they have a conservation process, huge, very responsible. And I take to Luisa show you a little bit more later. So it means that we are doing some great things in Mato Grosso do Sul, and of course, leading the climate agenda in Brazil and now in South America also to take this information to other destinations. Next slide, please. As I say to you a little bit about the certifications, Bonito, and of course the Rio da Prata group, a little bit information. And also we have other initiatives, especially in Bonito. We have the first hotel zero garbage certification. This means a lot also. And now we started inside the Mato Grosso do Sul Tourism Board or the Mato Grosso do Sul Tourism Foundation, start a process to become the first public institution to become zero garbage institution certified. Because if I need to talk with my entrepreneurs or talk with my little businessman, I need to lead by the example. I need to start this inside the Mato Grosso do Sul Tourism Foundation. So we are doing that. It's a lot of work to do, but I have we have a great team here, very engagement and work to reaching this goal. Next slide, please. All the events the Mato Grosso do Sul Tourism Foundation participated, and the event that we bring also to Mato Grosso do Sul are carbon neutral, all of them in the last 2 years. It means that we are go to like Adventure Elevate and last week in United States. My trip was carbon neutral. And the next event, then we go to a next event and we take a lot of entrepreneurs from Mato Grosso do Sul. All these trips also are carbon neutral. We have our company, we contract a startup in Brazil, and the startup measure all the carbon emissions then our work produce. So by car, by airplane, and our stands also are the space then in the events, then we contract, then we build. Also, we are carbon neutral. It means that we need to do it with all the activities in Mato Grosso do Sul Tourism Foundation needs to bring this inside to our DNA, inside our day by day, Mato Grosso do Sul Tourism Foundation. And after that, we can talk with our local businessmen and do this, or you can do that. It's more easily. It's our style to work here. Start inside, and after that, we can talk with the people about this. Next slide, please. Okay, a little bit about the reasons to experience Mato Grosso do Sul, this summer destination, especially because the ecotourism, the soft adventure, the safety, and all the immersion in nature, it could be possible when you reach all the main destinations, especially the Pantanal e Bonito route. Next slide, please. Okay, of course, we started for our culture immersion, not only the gastronomy, but we know through the gastronomy, it's possible to know a little bit more, about the history of the people. And our people, especially the Pantaneiros people, of course, the community who lived in Bonito and also in Campo Grande. By the way, Campo Grande, the capital, have the second community from the people from Okinawa in Brazil. So it means you have a traditional dish called soba. It's the same dish from Okinawa. This is interesting because we have very influences from the other countries, not only the Latin America, but the other different parts of the world. And of course, our gastronomy is amazing. The fishes, the meat, the organic meat is very important to say, especially inside the Pantanal. The people, our agriculture, man, the people who work with the cattle are very responsible also. It's important to say to all of you. And Mato Grosso do Sul, they have a goal, become until 2030, the first state in Brazil, and probably one of the first states in the world become carbon neutral, certified. And this is a agricultural and a cattle state, and of course, the tourism state. But all these activities, they have the concern, they work to conservation our natural resources. So next slide, please. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the foods look great. And now is the lunch time, a little bit hungry also. So stunning natural landscapes. As I said to you, we have Pantanal. Pantanal is amazing landscape. It's the biggest Everglade, a wetland area. You have one of the most diverse biomes on planet for sure, even more than Amazon. I know the Amazon is very important for the planet. So, but Pantanal, they have a lot of diversity for the animal species, plants, and of course, this is amazing place to have immersive ecotourism experiences in a direct contact with the local people. So, which means this place you can live authentic way, the same way the people in Pantanal live. You have the Pantaneiros people, they have very kind people, very simple people, very amazing people also. So when the tourists go inside to one of these farms, these local farms, you sleep there, you eat, you do all the safaris activities and also the bird watching and the immersive cultural activity also. So it's amazing and a unique experience. Especially from all of you, that means a lot with the natural resources and means a lot with how the local people live, and they live very well in this amazing place. Next slide, please. I'm almost in the finish. Okay, sustainable destination, as I told you, Bonito, the first ecotourism destination, carbon neutral. Pantanal, more than 85% of the total area conserved. A small state in the number of population, like 3 million people, soft adventure, small groups, the attractions, they have a safe support system. They have a lot of concern about the environmental, all the activities. This is very important to say, especially in Pantanal and Bonito. All the ecotourism activities, you need a tourism guide. And all the tourism guides in Bonito and Pantanal, they are experts in national resources. Most part is from Pantanal. They grow in Pantanal and Bonito also. It means you have a deeply connection with this amazing professional. It means difference when you have ecotourism experiences. Next slide, I think is one of the final slides. And of course, as I told you, a rich biodiversity. As you can see, more than, 300 mammals, reptiles, more than 6,500 bird species. You can see the jaguar, we consider our queen, and of course the tapirs, the anteaters, the hyacinth macaws. We have a lot of conservation projects, as the jaguar project conservation, the hyacinth macaw, the tapir conservation. It means that in the last 20 and 30 years, some of the people in Mato Grosso do Sul working with the regenerated and recovery species like the hyacinth macaw 30 years ago was almost extinct. And now we have 100 species living with the harmony inside the nature, especially in the local farms in Pantanal de Aquidauana and Miranda, and also in Corumbá and Bonito and all the region of Serra da Bodoquena. Next slide, please. Now I'm finishing. Of course, the safaris. We have so many things to show you. The activities have a lot of responsibility, and all the structures is very adapt to delivery amazing experience for the people who came here to see the safaris, to do the safaris, to see the bird watching, the horseback riding, and all the activities that they have to show all of you. Next slide, please. We can show a little bit more. Okay, this is Bonito, floating in the crystal and the clear fresh water with these fishes, with all the equipment, with the tourism guides also, small groups, 8 to 12 people. As I told you, all the attraction, they have the support capacity, how many people per day could do this flotation, have this control. It is amazing. Next slide, please. You can pass. Canoeing with all the ages, the people from the 60 plus, couples, family, bird watching is amazing hot spot. The caves, especially in Bonito, this is a Blue Lake Cave. It's an amazing place inside Bonito. And they show a little bit about our history, why Bonito is as a limestone region. Because of that, the water is very crystal and clear. And next slide, you can pass the slides now just to show rappelling. You can pass the next slide, please. Diving in fresh water, of course, sport fishing, especially in Corumbá. Horseback riding, especially in the wetland season, the wet season, sorry, is amazing. And of course, exploring the trails, the hikings in amazing landscapes, discovering waterfalls. We have all the package for you and your client to have a deeply experience, a unique place, not because only the nature, because the biome, especially because the people who live here, and they doing a great job in the last 30 years. And this is our impact partners. This means a lot for us. We have a great team from the Mato Grosso do Sul, especially our local businessmen. They are responsible for delivery this amazing destination. Then we talked about Mato Grosso do Sul. I think this is it. I thank you so much for this opportunity. I hope that you understand most part that.
Now really to the heart of today's program. Thank you again, Bruno, also for your time, but we're actually going to get a chance to hear from the impact partners themselves. And I'd like to introduce Rafael Souza, who is the owner of itineraries, and he's going to do a quick presentation to tell us a little bit more about his business and what they do. Rafael, it's all yours.
Hi. Hello, my name is Rafael Souza, and I am co-owner of Itineraries Ecotourism and Expeditions, along with Gabriel Oliveira. I'm so happy to be here today to talking about Itineraries. So our company not just offer experience in nature, but we also promote education, sustainability, and social development. Our company was founded with the mission to promote responsible tourism. And me and Gabriel, we are biologists. So with our expertise in bird watching and wildlife photography, we promote environmental conservation with our partners and with our clients. We also support local communities. So we conducting nature's activities. We take our clients and we leave our clients, we take our clients in these communities, and our clients learn about region's culture, and these communities prepare meals and sell handcrafts. We also did a project with the artisans of Ladario. So we explained to them how important it's the nature, the bird watching, what we work. and we asked to them if they want to do some bird craft, and so they did, and it was amazing. And they went to Avstar. Avstar is the largest bird watching event in Brazil. So they went there to showcase their work, and it was amazing. Everybody loved it. So we work with environmental conservation organizations too. One of our partners is Instituto Homem Pantaneiro, which works with conserving the Serra do Amolar region. It's the one of the most remote and untouched area of the Pantanal. It's amazing place. I believe that everybody needs to know this place one day in your life. And we have a sustainable tourism practices too. So we use fire efficient vehicles and boats. So one example, some tours that we do, it's with electric boats and waste reduction, educating about recycling, and promote eco-friendly behaviors among our clients. So our clients, by choosing to travel with us, are directing support our conservation and social development efforts. Okay. So looking for the future, we will continue to grow our activities, and we'll keep benefiting the environment and local communities. So we plan introducing new itineraries that benefit not only the Pantanal, but also other biomes in Brazil. Just here in Mato Grosso do Sul, we have Cerrado, Atlantic Forest, Chiquitano Dry Forest, and Chaco. And in another states of Brazil, we have other biomes. So we want to do something that help it to protect this, because we believe that people only protect what they know. So it's we want to do too. In summary, Icteros is not just a tourism company, we are a force for positive change. So we are working to create a world where tourism can benefit everyone, from the ecosystem that we visit to the communities we partner with. So I invited all of you to join us on one of our next expeditions to know the Pantanal and know in a responsible and a beautiful way, because together we will make a difference. No, so it's that about Icteros. Thank you for your attention, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much, Raphael. I love that bit about being a force for positive change. And now we'd like to welcome Luisa Coelho, who's the Sustainability Director for Grupo Rio da Prata, to join us as well. Luisa, it's all yours. Bruno, perhaps while Luisa works on her connecting, we do have a question for you from your earlier presentation. If you would like to maybe answer that while we get Luisa set up.
Okay, if someone want to
ask
a question.
So we have a question from Pavlina McGrady, and her question is, can you please explain more about carbon neutral events and trips? Do you use carbon offsets?
Okay, it's a little bit complex, but as I told you, we start with a certification process. It means that we not start in the end, but we understand that if we certification destination, the people will look with us, and of course the people from Bonito and Pantanal and Mato Grosso, wow, what are you doing? What is the certification process? So we began the certification, and after that, we're looking through the Glasgow Declaration and see which are the main goals and what we need to do about that. So we take all the main goals of this Glasgow Declaration, and we start a plan, a decarbonization planification inside the Mato Grosso Tourism Foundation. Now we are at this moment planning a lot of actions, but doing actions also even without the plan. So we started now a process to become, especially we become a measuring the carbon emissions. Was the first step, even before the certification process. Measure all the travel, especially in the Mato Grosso Tourism Foundation. And now we are at the moment to measure all the events. Then we support also. We have inside the Mato Grosso Tourism Foundation a methodology to support local events in the different cities in Mato Grosso do Sul when they ask financial support, asking money to support this event. One of the main obligations that these cities is you need to neutralize all your events. So this is a main point also. And of course, together with the local entrepreneurs, after the certification, the destination certification, the next step was give the support of these local companies, as the Rio da Prata company will talk soon with all of you, to help them to have the certification also. And now we have also other main goals, especially the certification and the zero garbage or zero wasted is one of our main goals, because it's not the climate change, the climate issues, especially when you measure the carbon question inside the destination. The garbage is one of the main situation, especially the organic garbage. So we look into this direction also, and we have a partnership with a local company in Bonito called Ciclo Azul or Blue Cyclo company. They are responsible for the transform organic garbage in the, I don't know how can I talk in English, if Fernanda could help me, and in insumos para plantações. They transform this like a dozen, thousand of kilos of the garbage was thrown in the wrong way, and now we work with that also. So we have a different ways to reach the same goals, to become a state more sustainable, to start inside with our local actions, especially inside in my office, starting with me, and after that with our local businessmen. So this is one of the main guides. Then we working day by day to transform our destination. Pantanal, also in Campo Grande, is a huge challenge because the decarbonization process involves all of the part. If you look for the methodology, is a lot of people need to do a lot of things. The people who work with the gas stations, the people work with the industry and the local companies. We need a lot of people to evolve together with us to reach this goal, to become the first state carbon neutral in Brazil. I don't know if I answer all your question. If you have some other doubts, I'm here for you.
Thank you so much, Bruno. We have a few more questions as well, if you don't mind. We have one from an anonymous attendee, and they're just wondering, is there anything that can be done to control the fires, which seem to be getting worse?
Can you repeat, please, Katie? I don't understand.
Oh, is there anything that can be done to control the fires, which seem to be getting worse?
Control the fire?
Yeah, fire.
Especially in Pantanal, the people they are saying about this is the Pantanal.
Yes.
Yeah, we are doing this. The fire in Pantanal in the States is a cycle. Every year in the dry season, we have this situation. Of course, because the climate change in the last, I don't know, 10 years, the things become worse. But the governor, they have a methodology now to anticipate it, combat fire with fire. We have international methodologies here in Mato Grosso, but it's not so easy. It's very hard because we're talking about area, I don't know, probably Rafael can help me, is biggest than countries in Europe. I don't know, probably Pantanal is biggest than Switzerland or biggest than other countries in Europe. It's a huge area. We have some institutions help us to measure where the fire is happens in the real time. So we have now this technology also. You have also different groups for the fireman groups in the different areas, especially in the Pantanal in the north of Mato Grosso do Sul, doing something, action. And also together with this, you have responsible to communicate this for the people to work in these areas, to have more responsibility. So, but in the general, this is a cycle of the Pantanal. Every year in the last 200 years or 300 years, in the dry season, we need to face the fire problem. And year by year, the things could be worse because the climate change, but also we are improving a little bit more about our techniques and the way that we face this challenge. And of course, we are prepared for this, and the people who live in Pantanal also. It's a collective effort for everyone to win this problem, as the United States suffer the same in California and other states and different areas to have this dry season and the wet season. So we are doing the best we can do to preserve and to conservation. And the last thing is important to say, the Pantanal is a strong biome. It means that when the rain season become, all the forest and all the life they bring out again, they have a ability to restart, to starting again. So this is important to say also.
Thank you so much, Bruno. And it seems to be a good theme between both of these answers, is that everyone needs to come together and work together to help solve things. So we do actually have one more question, if you don't mind. And Mek Sabanda is wondering, and apologies on the pronunciation, but how can Indigenous people be involved in ecotourism planning?
That's a great question, because you have a different kind of indigenous village and indigenous ethnics, and we are working with them, but I'm very responsible management. What this means, I'm waiting the people from the indigenous village looking for us, because it's a delicate situation. We never, as you can see our local, our promotion video or our storytelling, you are seeing something about the indigenous people only to promote these indigenous people. I have very careful about that. But we worked with 5 or 4 village like 2 years ago in the base tourism project called Trilhar Mato Grosso do Sul. Is a project to innovate it, to diversify also our offer. So we work with some 4 or 5 indigenous village to listen them, like what kind of tourism you need or you want work with tourism. It's the first question you need to ask for them. You want this? What you need is a structure, is a qualification, is information, is support to development, new products. Now we have some like 3 or 4 village more prepare for receive the tourists. Some of them already received tourists, but I'm very careful yet to start to work like promote. Come Mato Grosso do Sul to see the indigenous people, and then I'm waiting a little bit more, and of course offer all the support of them, listen them, and what do you need to develop tourism, not only the indigenous people, the community that we live in the Paraguay River also is a local community, is the north in the Mato Grosso do Sul, is the north of the Pantanal, sorry, and we work with them also and the people from descended from the Afro tourism, or the people from the Black people who have some communities, local communities near in Campo Grande. We are developing now a huge project to support them, also to create this their project, to help them to tell their stories. So I think this is it. So respond to you. How can indigenous people be involved in the ecotourism planning? Bring us their needs, what we can do for support them step by step to become our authentic project. So to when the tourists visit them, they can live a really authentic experience, because we know that other places, not only in Brazil, but around the world, could force it, push a little bit more to bring us out. Come on, let's see our indigenous people. They're amazing. They're local peoples. And then we know the process, the inside process was not working like we think about this. So I probably in the few years, we develop a little bit more and include them when they want to be included in our local tourism and our local products.
Thank you so much, Bruno. And we actually have time for just one more question, if you don't mind.
Okay.
And so we have someone that would like to know, how do you communicate your sustainability and carbon neutrality to travelers and to the travel trade to sell your destination, but also support your efforts while they are visiting?
How we communicate that? What are you doing here? Is this?
Yes, how do you communicate that to the travelers and to the travel trade?
Okay, amazing. For different ways, we are participating a lot international ecotourism adventure events. So every time that I need to present Mato Grosso do Sul, I'm not concentrate only to present the destinations or the activities or you can do when you come here, but especially the way that we are doing the things here. So this is one way. Of course, communicated with online platforms, especially our local online platforms. Together with initiatives like this now, Together You, changemakers is one of the main strategy to communicate what we are doing here to the trade from United States or from the different kinds of the planet. Of course, participate in the huge events also, and talk with the local people to them communicate together with Mato Grosso Tourism Foundation. So, and the local companies are doing this. More than 70% for the people, the tourists that go to the local farms in Pantanal are from Europe and United States. So, in time that the people arrive here, they come back together, come back inside in their heads then what Mato Grosso do Sul are doing. So this with partnerships, different partnerships in United States, in Europe, in South America, institutions like changemakers and other institutions also like ATTA, like other different companies, online platforms. I remember now 3 weeks ago, we have the people from Good Morning Washington, TV show from Washington, DC. They went in Pantanal, in Bonito, and they're telling amazing stories, stories about we are doing here, and they interview a lot of people. They had another way to communicate it to a big platform, the TV show. And 3 days ago, we have a meeting with the people from CNN. So the next step is communicated through the CNN. We are doing what we are doing here in Mato Grosso do Sul, and this means a lot to us to communicate what we are doing, the difference that we are doing in the lives of the people inside and the lives of the tourists to come visit us.
Thank you so much, Bruno. And again, like as you were saying before, but partnership is just so important. And unfortunately, we still having some technical difficulties, so we'll be unable to hear from our other partner. But we will follow up with more information in a follow-up email. And the great news is that you can find everything you need online on the Mato Grosso Meaningful Travel Map. So again, you can find more information about Rafael and Louisa's businesses and many more like them. So I think that's it that we have time for today, but thank you all so much. Thank you so much, Bruno, for your time, as well as Rafael, your speaker. And we really appreciate it. We're very excited about the map and continuing to expand and add more partners. So thank you so much for your time today. And thank you for all for joining us.
Thank you so much. And we're waiting for all of you to experience a little bit about what this Mato Grosso do Sul is about. It's an amazing place. I think you're gonna love it. Our stories and about our people, and of course, our beautiful destinations. So thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm very happy to be here with all of you. Saludos from Argentina also. Gracias, amigos from Argentina. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.